something, this game was nothing to sneeze at. A lot of people spoke foul words, they had to eat that. Oops, I mean eat though. This the life that we chose. Making the same look easy till the clock be 000. I make it look easy, way too easy. You can never beat me or see me, please believe me. I make it look easy, way too easy. You can never beat me or see me, please believe me. I make it look easy, way too easy. You can never beat me or see me, please believe me. I make it look easy, way too easy. You can never beat me or see me, please believe me. I'm easy. I made a name up in my size 12, and I rhyme well, now the world is my clientele. And I'm crushing all competition because they rhyme still. You from the beginning, I was winning, you was down to fail. Make a filler, I get illest thriller on the beat. Guess I got the upper hand, I'm never dealing with defeat. Wanna win so bad, sometimes at night it's difficult to sleep. From a neighborhood where folks can keep they chillin' out the street. But I made it out in one piece, luckily. Bad luck was ducking me. In some situations could've got ugly. Now it's even clearer, see my future right in front of me. Hit the stage, the city, they loving me. I make it look easy, way too easy. You can never beat me and see me, please believe me. I make it look easy, way too easy. You can never beat me and see me, please believe me. I make it look easy, way too easy. You can never beat me and see me, please believe me. I make it look easy, way too easy. You can never beat me and see me, please believe me. I'm easy.
How y'all doing out there? Alright. Thank you for joining me this evening. How y'all feel? Cause I feel so. How you feel? Awesome. I guess that's awesome. You fine, ain't no awesome. Wanna roll? Awesome. Well, let's go. Awesome. Yeah. Hands in the sky like AWE. Some call me awesome. Some call me busy. Call me awesome. Gator on my shirt. What did it look like?
Welcome to NBA Basketball. I'm Damon Bruce. We've got you covered here on 2K Sports. It's Tuesday Hoops, and it's next. It'll be LeBron James and the Miami Heat facing off against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And now, here's my friend Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew. I'll check back with you at the break with the HP Halftime Report.
Hi again, everybody. Kevin Harlan here with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr as we get set to bring you all the action. And our State Farm starting lineups. Here's a look. First for the Heat, Chalmers and Wade are the 1 and the 2. And the man in the middle from UNLV, Joel Anthony. He's a big part of that presence down low. And it's LeBron James, and it's Bosh in at the power forward position. And for the Thunder, Westbrook and Cephalosha in the backcourt. And at the center position, the big guy from Texas, Kendrick Perkins. They utilize his abilities to maintain that presence under the rim. And it's Durant, and it's Ibaka in at the 4 slot.
Well, Miami had such a turbulent season last year as far as the drama that surrounded that team. But they were consistent and steady on the road. And they ended up with the best away record in the Eastern Conference.
And so the tip-off, it's Miami. Outside Westbrook. He's picked up by LeBron. Cephalosha dishes to Durant. Dishes it to Perkins. Back to Durant. 4 on the shot clock. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Count that one. Perkins got the first basket of the game for the Thunder. And back to Miami, Clark, road trips aren't easy when you're the villains of the NBA. And there's no doubt that wanted poster in the NBA has got a picture of that Miami threesome up there.
I agree, no doubt about it. But I think that also helped them come together. Teams typically do a good job of bonding when they're on the road. That us against them mentality, nobody for you. And quite honestly, really good teams and players.
And slam dunk. Wow! Now the Sprite Slam Cam for the replay.
Come on now, I didn't see. Can you believe that finish? Boy, a little bit of flair and flavor at the end of it.
Oh, that'll be a fan favorite, all right.
That was not your average typical dunk.
Again, the miss by the Heat. Back to Westbrook. Left side Durant. No luck, and it's the Heat taking it the other way. About 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter of the game.
When the Heat struggled early on last season, Eric Spoelstra was unfairly thrown on the hot seat. He kept his cool, though, very impressively, and the Heat turned their season around and the talk quieted down. That's a credit to Spoelstra.
Perkins with a screen on LeBron. Moving it around, feeds it to Westbrook. Cephalosha kicks to Durant. Wide open. That, he's good. Durant's got 5 now. Back to Spoelstra of Miami. Clark, with the way the Heat finished, you have to think things will change. I know, Steve, you were very impressed with the way he managed that team in the postseason.
Yeah, I thought Eric Spoelstra was great. Now, a lot of people are focusing on the final series when Rick Carlisle stole the show, but to be fair to Spoelstra, he inherited a very difficult situation with a lot of talent but huge expectations. And I think Miami had a solid year, a very good year. The question now is, can they get back to the finals and finish the job?
Not a fast start here for the Heat. Trailing by 5. Chalmers. Kevin Durant with the rebound. The Thunder leading by 5. Wade picks him up. Now Durant. And he finishes nicely on the way. He's got 7.
Well, Kevin Durant creates so much space for his shot. I thought at times he settled a little bit too much for long-range shots, and where he can make the most improvement is down on the block with a post game.
And that one's good by Bosch.
Oh, that's a nice job on the boards to allow them a second high-quality look.
Outside Westbrook. From the corner. Rebound by the Heat. Speaking of Durant, Clark, and working in the post, do you think he's strong enough physically to be effective down there?
At this point in time, that's one area he needs to get better at. He needs to add more strength in terms of being a post player. If he's taller than the guy defending him, then I think he can be somewhat effective. But that's an area of growth for him. As he gets more aggressive and adds to that frame of his, and I think he can really be a difficult guy to defend in the low post. But he's not there yet.
Because, you know, the initial defense is going to be strong. And a lot of times we go over and you have somebody double. Now you got 2 guys on that, and that's tough.
That's exactly right.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Harden in for Thabo Sefolosha. The Thunder leading by 7. And here's Westbrook. Left side Westbrook. Fires from deep. And James Harden hits from deep. Harden's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. LeBron outside, shot from the wing, and he knocks down the jumper.
You know, he's definitely a catalyst for their offense, guys. I mean, he is so talented. He really causes problems for the other team's defense.
Here's Durant. Perkins against Haslam. The Heat trail by 8. The shot misses. Durant with some nice D. And here the Thunder now. 8-point game. Westbrook against LeBron. Haslam is tagged with the reach. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. That free throw missing. Serge Ibaka has checked in for the Thunder. Daquan Cook comes in for Kevin Durant. The Heat also changing it up. Chris Bosh is checked in for Ilgauskas. Miller comes in for LeBron. Eddie House subbed in for Mario Chalmers. Good on the second free throw. Here's Wade. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Yep, it's good. Wade's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Hasn't been the hot start he's wanted here. I mean, he's got a few to fall, but doesn't seem on target most of the time he fires.
The offensive rebound. And here's Harden for 3. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Thunder lead by 7.
Yeah, the defense has been terrific. They came out right from the beginning, alert and focused, and they've been really good at that end of the floor.
And I think the coach has to be pleased with the effort on that end of the floor. It's been very good.
And we'll get back to the action right after this. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. Here's Maynard.
You know, the Thunder guys showed their talent in the playoffs last season. I think that devastating loss to Dallas in Game 4 of the conference finals was where they finally kind of caved in.
Here's Cook. Ibaka is tagged with the loose ball foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul, team's first.
The Heat trail by 7. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Kevin, when LeBron James joined Dwayne Wade in Miami, some were concerned about whether there'd be enough shots to keep both happy. What folks didn't realize is that LeBron has always preferred to be more of a playmaker than primary scorer. He grew up admiring Magic Johnson, and that was the role he wanted. In Miami, with his offensively talented running mates, His great vision and basketball IQ is more valuable than ever, and he can focus on his all-around game rather than carrying an offense. Guys?
Always good to spread the load. Thanks, Doris.
And I think that enabled James to excel defensively.
And that's the thing with LeBron. I mean, he's one of those do-it-all superstars. Even if he doesn't score every point, I mean, he can impact the game in every facet. And Clark, you mentioned Game 4 of that Oklahoma City-Dallas series, a 15-point lead for the Thunder with 5 minutes left in the game. Dallas came back and forced overtime. And I remember the Thunder's incredible fans, even amidst the most heartbreaking loss of the season. They were chanting OKC, OKC till the bitter end. They have diehard support there in Oklahoma City.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Quite the interesting season for Chris Bosh last year. I mean, obviously more team success than he really enjoyed in Toronto, but individually, his numbers dropped a bit. I don't think it bothered him, though. He wanted to win.
And that one falls for Bosh. Well, talking about Bosh's numbers from last season, Steve, his rebounding and his field goal percentage did drop off from the year before.
Well, and his shooting percentages last year were really in line or even above his career numbers. So I thought Bosh had a good season. It just took him some time to kind of adjust to playing with his new team and a new style. But ultimately, Bosh made a big impact down there.
You know, fellas, this Oklahoma City team is built the right way. I mean, it's been done with patience through the draft. I mean, you got to have some good fortune there when you're talking about the draft. The money's been spent wisely, and now I think they're starting to approach the finished product, the team capable of winning NBA titles for years to come. Certainly they'll be contending for them, you would think.
Sure. And for the Thunder, they've been a team that has preached defense first. And with the addition of Kendrick Perkins, that certainly adds now to a big athletic and physical, tough team up front and really from top to bottom, Steve.
Yeah, and they've got a nice bench, too, Kevin. There's not a whole lot lacking on this roster. But what they have to do is improve from within. Last year, I thought they were exposed in the playoffs. They didn't get great shots. They didn't look fluid offensively. Those are areas that they can improve upon.
For 3, Durant, rebound by the Heat. Anthony's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Takes it right up. They rule this one. Goaltender. Count the shot.
And I think defensively, you've got to commit a second defender because he's just destroying you right now.
Yeah, one-on-one, he's been a handful.
Here's Westbrook. He has 5. Outside Durant. Harden. The feed to Perkins. Covered by Anthony. Tries from the block. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact. So a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
How about Kevin Durant for Oklahoma City? So low maintenance. Signed that long-term extension with the Thunder. Doesn't mind playing in a smaller market. Just wants to play basketball and win games.
Passes it to Harden. Shot is off, and Miami will go the other way with the ball. It's tipped and stolen by Perkins. The Thunder leading by 7. Working on Bosh. Lets it go. Perkins with the bucket. Steve, you mentioned Kevin Durant's extension with the Oklahoma City Thunder in a summer that saw all the fanfare on LeBron's decision through to Miami. Durant's new contract, absolutely a low-key affair.
And that's his personality. The young fellas say, do you or be me. That's what you got to do. Not a big showman. That's not his nature. Loves the game. Hangs out in the gym. Homebody. Works at it. Gets home. Gets off his feet. I mean, he's high performance, low maintenance. You love that.
A lot of good qualities.
Yep.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, Kevin, one of the staples of the Heat's success last season was their defense. LeBron said, we start with defense, and if we get stops, then it's open court for us. Perhaps the biggest part of their success was their intensity and athleticism on the defensive end, turning into transition points on the offensive end. They are fearsome on the break, guys. Back to you.
All right, Doris.
Make no mistake about it. They were an incredible team on defense last season.
Yeah, no question about that. They finally were broken in that final series against Dallas, but throughout the playoffs until the finals, Miami's defense was spectacular.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
Well, the big story, of course, a year ago for Miami was the formation of the big three, LeBron, Wade, and Bosh. And although it took some time for those three to click, eventually they figured it out.
Throwing it down with one hand and making it look easy.
Easy and fun. He just thrives on making the D look silly.
Yep, which is something he does pretty often, Kevin.
Steve, back to what you said about Miami. They struggled out of the gate. They were 9-8, but after a rough November, they kicked it on in December. And Clark, I think really the game that kind of spun them around was their first LeBron appearance in Cleveland in early December against the Cavs.
Yeah, that was an impressive win. I recall that. That was almost like an NBA Finals type atmosphere in terms of the media attention and so forth. But in that month, they went 15-1 and really seemed to find their rhythm and, quite honestly, never looked back.
Sefolosha passes to Durant. 5 to shoot. And he was fouled on the way out. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, the West has long been considered the stronger of the two conferences in the NBA, but Miami, with its revamped roster, really had no problem beating Western Conference foes last year.
No good on that one. You're right, Steve. Going back to Miami in the West, 20-10 against that Western Conference. So that was kind of a rarity, Clark.
Yeah, Kevin, and if you compare their numbers against the West versus the East, the Heat had a much easier time putting up points against the Western Conference opponents. Well, you know, the Thunder have one heck of a home court advantage here in Oklahoma City. I mean, they don't call it Loud City for nothing.
Just a total lack of focus, was not paying attention to where he was.
The Thunder leading by 9.
Time running down now at the end of the quarter. They could go 2 for 1 if they decide to.
And I think that's what they need to do if the shot's there.
And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Clark for the Thunder last season, 30-11 on their home floor, but this crowd has been packing the building even when they had the 4th worst record in the NBA.
Well, Oklahoma City is a one-sport town, a one-team town, Kevin. The only major sports team there, and the fans so passionate there, and they're very fortunate to have a talented young club to follow and to support. And it's going to be very interesting to see how this team develops over the next few years. They've got a great home court advantage.
Shot from the top of the key. Again, the Heat, good for 2. Here's Maynard. Here's the 3. Good!
Ooh-wee, Kevin. That was a big shot to extend their lead and send them into halftime with momentum.
And the first half is now in the books. Thunder out in front, up 10.
Damon Bruce here, welcoming you to the HB Halftime Report. Oklahoma City up on top against Miami. Offensively, they've been unstoppable, getting everything they want. Some textbook basketball from Kevin Durant. He has 11 points. He's been getting it done on both ends of the court. Look at the assists, look at the rebounds. It's all adding up to a great first half. And for the Heat, it's a grinded-out effort. Tenacious offensive rebounding. Their second chance points are piling up. Chris Bosh playing well in the first half. After 2, he's got 10 points, and the looks have been coming for him. A great shooting percentage from the floor and the line. Not the closest game, but you got to hand it to both of these guys for setting the pace. That'll do it for us here. We'll go back now to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke for the start of the